Hello, it's Denise, Minty Gray Mama, and today I'd like to do a BR to Coyote Moon's tag. It's a hashtag Crystal Skull Guardian. And I wrote down my questions, so that's what I'm looking at over here. But I love Coyote Moon's channel. She does some tarot stuff, some like unboxings and walkthroughs, and she also does a lot of hike videos, which is cool, and also crystal skull videos. And this is kind of a tag for people that have crystal skulls and just to kind of get to know other people in the maybe YouTube community that are working with crystal skulls. So I'm excited to see and look for other VRs to this because I don't really know a lot of people in this space that have crystal skull tribes. So the first question is, how did you first learn about crystal skulls? And to be honest, I don't remember. I don't remember how. I just remember looking online for a crystal skull to buy and thinking I was interested in finally getting one. And I first, like, I would find one and then I would almost buy it and then I wouldn't really buy it, but I would like think about it, and I went back and forth and back and forth, and I didn't get it because I was still kind of like, yeah, it's crystals and I love crystals, but it's like a skull shape, and I don't know, like, why a crystal skull? Like, what is it? I just didn't know exactly what to do with that, so I didn't get it. And I just happened to be on a local Facebook group a little bit later, and somebody was rehoming some of their crystal skulls, and that's when I got my very first crystal skull, just this guy here, and that was actually from Candace at Coyote Moon. So it's that's how we met, and yeah, that was the start of it all, and now I've got a whole tribe of them. What is your favorite book or resource on the topic? And that would be Judy Hall's book. I forgot to grab it before I sat down, but I just like Judy Hall's writing on crystals in general. Like, she's just very non-apologetic about what she believes in about crystals, and she just says, this is what she thinks, and she works with crystal skulls a lot, and there's her experience, and she has a lot of good meditations in there, and I think it's very useful. It was a really easy read. It's not very long, so I really liked that one. How many crystal skulls are in your tribe? And and that changes. I had a period of time, I actually rehomed a couple of my skulls, and then I purchased a bunch more all of a sudden. Like, I'm just like, oh, crystal skulls. Even though I was going to stop at 13. I was like, I don't need more than that because, I don't need another thing to collect. Like, I've got plenty of stuff. And then I ended up getting some more. And so I have 50 now, about 50. Yeah. And it's all different sizes, though. It's from like about the size of Rose here to I love this one. When I pick her up, I don't want to set her down. I just love rose quartz, not rose quartz energy, to like this little size of this little guy. So just super teeny tiny. But all in all, about 50. Do your crystal skulls have names? Yes, I do name my crystal skulls. I feel like that gives them more personality and helps me to connect with them better. Because I do meditate with them and try to connect with them. So like I said, this one is Rose, and I feel like that helps when I'm like meditating and connecting with this particular crystal. And I feel like the skull face is, gives her a personality, so that it's, because, people, I think, are prone to connect with things that have faces. And so giving the crystal a face, I think that helps to connect with the energies of that crystal and like this particular piece of crystal specifically. And I think that's the magic of crystal skulls, really, is connecting with the consciousness of the crystal, which might be something you work with and might not. What is your favorite way to connect with your skulls? So I prefer to meditate with them. I actually, I have this one I absolutely love, and I usually have these two by my bedside, and a lot of times at night, because they fit in my hands so perfectly, I will like hold on to one or the other as I'm going to sleep. Or another thing I like to do is I have a deck right now. It's the Raven's Wand Oracle, and this is specifically, I use this deck just for working with my crystal skulls or crystals, but it's more likely to be crystal skulls. And I'll just draw a card and get a message. So this is like open doors, and so just get a message from that card, and that would be like the message I would get from that crystal. Number 6 is, which skull or skulls do you feel most connected with? And I would have to say, it's probably these two. This is a Jasper skull. I named him Jasper. And I just really, something about, I don't know, I guess the colors and just the way that it just feels. I don't know, like I'm a very like, I like the way things feel. It's very important to me. And so like the way that these skulls feel in my hands, like it's just very soothing and relaxing. And this is really cool because she has like, you can look through her eye. If I had a flashlight, you can see, but if you shine a light in, there's like a little like crystal cave thing like right there in her head. I don't know, it's very cool. So anyway, those two, and then Rose, because yeah, she's just got such great energy. And I know I talked about her in a different video, but I've been doing some meditations with her and getting like really great, having really good meditations, like very affirming, for me, because I suffer a lot from anxiety and like kind of mild depression sometimes. Like rose quartz is just a wonderful stone for me to work with, and so working with this particular crystal skull has just been really beneficial for me. So that is that. Do some of your skulls have a stronger bond with each other than others? And I would have to say I do associate certain skulls together, like I guess because in my mind I group things together all the time. And I don't always know why, but I will associate certain things. So I do have my crystal skull association. So these two, even though I didn't get these from the same place. I got this one from a local metaphysical store, and I ordered this one from an Etsy shop online that I really like. And but they have a very similar, carving style. Obviously, they're different stones and everything. But this one just feels like amazing. Like, I don't know. I'm so weird like that. But those two I associate together, and so those I keep together. And then these two, this is a Mookaite Jasper skull named Hugo, and a zebra agate skull named Rock. And I haven't worked with these very much, but I bought these from a lady. He's got a little chip right there. I bought these from a lady who said that she wanted to sell them together because they had been in her personal collection, and she felt like they needed to stay together, and they worked well together. So I bought them together. And I haven't worked with them much, but because I bought them as a set, like I associate those as being together. I'm like, I haven't worked with them, so I have no idea. And then these two I bought together, and they have like the same little face. This one's hard to see because of the type of stone it is, but they're little star beans. This is a yellow calcite, and this is a fluorite. And I bought them together, and I just feel like they complement each other really well. In my mind, so I've named them Solara and Solaris. And in my mind, like, this is a very feminine one, and this is a masculine one, and then it's got like that balance. And that seems to be a theme, because then I also have set, and I have blue. And I feel like Instead of like masculine, feminine, I feel like this stone just has a very severe, this crystal skull has a very severe energy. Like it's a very like focused, like non-forgiving, like just a very severe energy. Then I feel like this one, whom I'm named Blue, it's a type of agate. It's hard to kind of see in this lighting, unfortunately, because it's very gorgeous. But this has a more like gentle, calming energy. So I keep these together. I feel like they kind of balance each other out. And then I have this one is Prisma. And this one is Nimbus. And I did adopt these from the same, both from the same person, but this one's a fluorite and this is an amethyst, but they are both purple, and I do somehow associate these two together. I get like a masculine vibe from this one. He's talking to you, and then I get a very feminine vibe from Prisma. So yeah, these just stay together, and I kind of just, to me, they like balance out, like they round each other out, you know, like they accentuate the attributes of the other. I don't know. So those I kind of have in pairs. How do your skulls most often communicate with you? So the way that I work with my skulls, like I said, I most often draw a card, and then I will get a message from that. I know some people actually like receive messages from their skulls. I just get like an idea of like an energy from the crystal, and then it's very much like when I do a tarot reading, because I do a tarot reading and I'm not just, I like to use my intuition and kind of just like almost like the first thing that comes to my head, I often like to just kind of go with that, because I feel like I will overanalyze and kind of think about things to death if I think about it too much. So it's just like in a tarot reading, I get an image, and it kind of, you know, I believe like we have all the information that we need, and then like the tarot or oracle is like a tool to help us to connect with the information, to help us access that information. And so I feel like the same with like the crystal skulls, like this has a, like, I feel like rose quartz has a very loving energy, and I feel like, you know, you have the face to it, it helps you connect with the crystal. But then I feel like as far as communicating with, I feel like I'm going to try to not take too long to explain this, but so if I'm like, say, like I want to ask a personal question, like I would ask a tarot question, you know, and then if I pull a card and I answer that question as if it is from a crystal skull, or like a, you know, a third party or whatever, to myself, like I'm like writing it as if it's to like from one person to another person, I'm kind of taking myself out of it, then I think it helps to be a more open channel to intuitive messages from a higher source, you know, whatever you know, believe in, or if you don't, whatever. But just being that open channel, because I'm taking myself out of it. I'm not having those preconceptions and, you know, whatever might get in the way of being open to the message of the reading, because I'm writing the message down as if it's from a crystal skull to another person. So that's like, to me, that's the most valuable thing about when I communicate with these. It's like, it's just so hard to explain. I feel like I'm doing a really bad job of explaining this, but it's almost like it helps me to take myself out of, especially my own personal, like readings for myself, because I think readings for myself are some of the hardest, because I obviously have a feeling about how things work out. Like I have definite desires and things that how I want things to work out. And so by using the crystal skull as like a focal point, writing a message or saying the message as if it's from this skull, I think helps me to tap into my intuition a little bit more and get my emotions out of the mix, if that makes sense. So long explanation for that one. And name one other crystal skull guardian and YouTube creator that you enjoy. I would love to find more crystal skull guardians on YouTube. But as of right now, I really can't think of anybody that works a lot. I'm sure there are, that is just not coming to my mind. I just watch a lot of tarot videos. I like to, I work a lot with tarot. I do a lot of tarot, that's like the kind that of creators that I know more about. So I'm going to say Coyote Moon, even though she's the one that started this, but I really do love her channel. And hopefully through this tag, I find some more creators. 10, what advice would you give to someone new or interested in crystal skulls? I would say just kind of, if you are open to working with a crystal skull, you don't have to make it into something big. Like, it doesn't have to be a big deal. Like, you can just, if you think like you're interested in working with crystal skulls, I would say maybe just get one, and some different ways that you can work with it. Like, if you don't want to use, if you just, like, I'm not going to get, I don't want to work with trying to get messages from it or something like that, but you still want to work with, like, say you like to work with crystals. Well, having the face there does help, I think, connect with that crystal. Also, I like to use crystal skulls on my altar to represent like ancestors. So if you like to do ancestor work, I feel like having crystal skulls on your altar to represent ancestors is a good, like ancestors that you might not have a picture of. Like, I think that can be very helpful. Also, just having the, it's like if you had a quartz crystal point, having that directional energy. So I think, like, because obviously, like, the energy, I think, from the skulls, you would think, comes from, like, they're looking at something, so it's very directional. So I like to use them in crystal grids on my altar, and pointing either in or out, depending on how I want to set up my grid. So it can be, like, there's so many things you can use crystal skulls for, plus they're just fun. And if you even just like skulls, like, it's kind of fun to have around. So I'd say just, get one and work with it and see what you think. Like, there's no need to jump in like I did and just get like 50. Although that's fun, and I do like working with them. Like, just maybe start with one. Would be my advice. So that is that's the last question, and I had a lot of fun with this. I'm hoping to see more VRs because I think this is a fun topic, and that is kind of like my crystal skull story. And I had fun talking with you, and I hope to talk with you again soon. Bye.